What's up, guys? KS here. Thanks for joining me today, as always. A lot of us spend time customizing our firearms to meet certain needs, like running suppressors or lead ammo, but for most, it's all about getting a certain look from your gun. In that instance, barrels tend to be one of the first upgrades users invest in, and let's face it, aftermarket barrels are expensive. Now don't get me wrong, I love aftermarket barrels as you can plainly see, and these companies do a great job. The thing is, unless you're adding threads that weren't previously there, you don't really gain many advantages. Yes, there are match grade options, but most shooters, including me, won't see a big difference in performance. So again, it comes down to a certain look. What if I told you there's a way to get that look at half the cost? Enter Williams Gunworks. And one last thing, guys, be sure to check out the links down below for Patreon and EDC gear I use from Amazon, all of which helps the channel and keeps the content coming. I do a fair amount of wandering around on Instagram looking for different ideas and different companies to work with, and I came across Williams Gunworks, and largely because of their pictures of their barrels. They were absolutely beautiful, but I noticed right away that they were factory barrels that had just been refinished. And so we started talking about some different ideas and decided to go with a Glock 19 barrel just like this guy right here. This is actually out of my 19X, and do something really fun and different with it. And we settled on this beautiful copper coating. Now it's a copper PVD. It's actually a little bit more scientific than that. I'm annotating it down below. But it's absolutely beautiful. The color turned out so well. It's kind of a deep copper, but there's a lot of pre-work that goes into this as well. They have to get it all polished down and smooth and take off the original coating. And the first try on it, he wasn't very satisfied with it, so he started over again. Guys, I gotta tell you, it's an amazing thing to come across a company that takes such great pride in their work that they will do that. And they'll do that for anyone. It's not because I have a channel or anything like that. They will just do that for anyone. So that is incredible. The pride of craftsmanship and wanting to know that the product that goes out the door is really cool. So again, an amazing job on this, and there are some distinct advantages to doing something like this. First, of course, there's the look. I mean, if you want to separate yourself from the pack and do something a little bit different, this is absolutely a way to go. And again, it's a lot less expensive. We'll talk more about cost here in a moment. But it also is a very hard protective coating, so this barrel is going to last a long time, and it's going to retain that same look as it goes through its life cycle, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, the last advantage, and I'm going to bring a couple of other barrels out here just to show you. Now, this is a barrel from Zafiri Precision. It's one of my favorite companies to work with. I love those guys, and we've got another build coming up before too long on that. But I wanted to show you some of the wear on this barrel. Now, keep in mind, this and the other barrel I'm going to show you in a moment have been through polymer 80s. I built those polymer 80s, so there are obviously going to be some different issues that go along with that I created. But over time, the finish tends to wear, and a lot of it is because of the different types of designs that they put in these barrels. Another case in point here is this agency barrel. This thing has absolutely been through the ringer. It's got a lot of rounds through it. It's basically become a test barrel and a break-in barrel for different polymer 80 projects that I do. And it is not necessarily held up like a champ. Again, not a reflection of agency itself, but just some of the abuse that goes along there. And I mean, it really has seen better days. But it's still going, of course. But these barrels are really expensive. They generally run around $200, sometimes a little bit more than that. And so going with something like this is going to be around $100. And that last advantage is this is married to the gun. It's the factory barrel, so we already know that it works, it runs, and it's built and designed for the gun itself. So you're not going to get some of the different wear and tear and that sort of thing that you see in different barrels. I mean, you know, you get that Glock smile that happens right here. I mean, this is just pristine, and you get some of the damage on the crown and that sort of thing. So again, something to consider. And they can do additional things to barrels as well. They can put target crowns in and that sort of thing, so it would look a little bit more like this agency barrel. So you've got some options there as well. But again, just an amazing job. Now we're going to throw this in the Glock 19 so you guys can see the final product and what it actually looks like. All right, here's the final product in the Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. And I have to say, I think it looks just awesome. Again, it just kind of separates itself from the pack, but it's that factory barrel. So we already know it's going to be running well, and there's not going to be a lot of wear and tear on it. So I think it just looks really cool. Give you an idea of what that looks like as well. I absolutely love it. I mean, it just is a really cool thing, a way to customize it, and again, not break the bank, coming in just under $100 for this. I think that's a great deal, especially when you want to achieve that look. A little bit of oil there, of course, but again, a great job. Williams Gunworks, man, really cool stuff. And again, they've got framework and other things that you can get into as well. So you have to check them out on Instagram and see what different packages they have and put something together for you guys. So guys, a lot of different ways to achieve that look in your firearm, and having the option to spend significantly less is a fantastic thing. It leaves more room for other mods like triggers, sights, stippling, or just ammo for range time. Be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what mods you're thinking about and if you've had experience with Williams Gunworks. I look forward to those comments and carrying on a conversation with you. Otherwise, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.